The WTF BFD podcast live.
We are live from Graham's Greenhouse and Landscaping. It's their 125th anniversary, and with me here is Fred Graham. Now, Fred, you're a fifth-generation owner, right?
Yes, I am. Fifth generation. There's three of us. Myself, my brother Ben, and my cousin Kevin Tingley.
So, 1891, you started with George Graham. Was he immigrate here from Scotland? Is that correct?
Yes. George Graham, from the records we have found, came over when he was 16 years old, and we don't have any records on if he came over with family or friends, but it actually seems like at 16 years old he came over by himself, and landed in New York City.
How did he? How does a 16-year-old get enough money for passage in 1891?
I don't know how they did it back then, man. I mean, that's got to be a heck of a leap of faith there to just hop on a boat and take a trip across the ocean.
And it's incredible too, the journey that he had to take once he was here. He had finally saved up enough money to open a greenhouse. He opens it. It's only open a couple years, and then a hailstorm takes it out.
That's right. So yeah, he went from New York City to the Bradford area and started at this this greenhouse type place where he worked for in Derrick City. Did that for a couple years, and then it seems like in his 20s he built his first greenhouse, and it was kind of short-lived because a hailstorm came in and just wrecked shop on this greenhouse.
I think there's a picture of it. If you had a chance to see the opening there's a shot of it. And what is the legend? Only 3 panes of glass survived?
Yes, yeah. So, back then, I mean, glass and hail doesn't really mix, and and when that's what keeps all your plants warm, it was a giant catastrophe. I mean, the legend is 11 panes of glass made it through, and all the plants, got ruined in the cold weather.
That's incredible. And then he moved. That was on Jackson, right? And then
Yes.
he moved to another location on Jackson?
No, and then and it was, I guess, near Jackson, but then a spot on Seward Ave, and opened a second one. And, that went a couple years, and then a boiler exploded and, again, wrecked shop. And luckily no injuries were, no one was injured seriously, and it was just a loud bang that really woke up the neighborhood. But again, really ruined things and enough that, it was demolished and he had to build again.
How do you do that? How do you go through 3 greenhouses, to pull yourself back up? And at that point, he only was, maybe in his 30s?
Yeah.
And he started over 3 times?
Yep.
Incredible.
That's one of those things where you wish you had wish you go back in time and talk to these people, but we don't have any records, no first-hand recollection anymore of how he picked himself up, how he made it work, how he built another one. But
And he's got to be one of those guys too that even if he was around to tell you, he wouldn't tell you. He would just be like, I did what I had to do.
Yeah, probably. So, but it's definitely very, very proud to think of that. All the adversity and challenges, and it kept picking himself up and keep going.
That's crazy. Another thing that was cool that I read, your aunt Janice made this awesome book, a history of your family, that scraps and things that she put together. It's really cool. But a cool thing in there was the skating pond. I had no idea about this, but this was a Bradford staple. Everyone had to go during the winter and go to the Graham skating pond.
It was a big deal. So that was the 3rd greenhouse on Seward Ave, which that's many of our parents and grandparents will have memories of, that as little kids go into the Graham pond. But in the winter it was a big thing. The Grahams even went out and shoveled it and took care of it, and then they had a little shack out back that they sold hot chocolate, hot dogs.
Nice. Entrepreneurs all the way through. Huh?
Everywhere they saw a chance, they struck. Yeah.
I thought I saw something too that the city even put lights in, street lights.
Yeah,
at night.
Yeah, that's yep.
I mean, that had to be a big deal. That had to be a huge thing.
I know. Yeah, you got to get people involved and funding and everything. Yeah,
incredible.
Yeah.
So then they were at that Seward location until, or in the late 70s?
Yes, yeah, mid 70s. Eminent domain happened. Yeah, the
Old Uncle Sam came through.
old Uncle Sam said, "Hey, I need this land." So they came through and took it, and you know, they pay you and send you on your way.
Good luck.
So they went ahead and built this location.
Where we are now at 1111 East Main Street.
Yes.
What do you know? What was here before that? Was
No,
that just
you have
open?
to ask Billy Graham or Candy. A swamp.
A swamp.
Good rabbit hunting. I hear my dad yelling. In
And
the
you had to go and
background.
ruin it with your greenhouse. So
Yeah.
you guys have been here what, 40 years almost?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going on that. Yes,
That's incredible.
Yes, so we got a lot out of this greenhouse, you know, for 40 years.
Yeah.
So it definitely paid itself over. Yeah,
And the big thing coming up now is this renovation.
that's right.
You showed me a little bit of the demolition the other day. I mean, it's incredible. Several offshoots of the greenhouse have already been torn down. You're ripping up old cinder blocks.
Yes,
It's the whole thing's in swing.
we are ripping and tearing. We've been having what we call Demolition Thursdays, and we just
There's
yeah.
a shout out.
Our greeners get excited. They come in. We give them sledgehammers and power tools and skid steers, and we just start ripping things. You
That's
know,
awesome, yeah.
But yeah, it's been a long time coming, and we're excited that all the pieces of the puzzle finally fell into place, and things are moving forward. Yeah, very
Beautiful.
excited.
That's awesome, man. So we got a little crash course of the history. We can get into more a little bit later. But what's going on right now today? What do we have going on?
Today we are celebrating our history here, celebrating our past generations. So our 125th anniversary, Graham Florist, Graham's Greenhouse and Landscaping. You know, over the years we have separated, but we still come from one company. We still promote each other. So the two of us come together and celebrate this historic period in our lives.
Yeah.
here.
Especially in Bradford. I think maybe there's one oil company that's been in business a little bit
Minor
longer.
Run Oil.
Yeah. So that's amazing.
It is, and you know, it's really awesome. Like the community, everyone's getting behind us and celebrating it. You know, the Bradford era came up and did several articles for us, and it's really awesome to see everyone get excited about it. And even we got a letter in the mail, like a statement from our state senator, who
Wow.
congratulated us on our 125th year anniversary.
That's something to put in the scrapbook for Aunt Janice.
Right in the scrapbook. You got it. Yeah.
No,
Aunt
that's pretty
Janice,
cool,
here
man.
it is.
But yeah, so you got games here, you got food, you've got what else is going on? We got cornhole,
We got some great giveaways, which we haven't gotten into yet, but we're going to start handing out some raffle tickets. We got my Aunt Candy has a whole bunch of roses we're going to give away. Everyone's going to walk away with here with roses. We're going to raffle off some just door prizes, some planters, some Graham's Greenhouse and Landscaping swag.
nice.
And then, of course, our grand prize is going to be a $500 landscaping gift card.
That's nothing to sneeze at,
That's right.
even if there is pollen on it. Greenhouse joke.
Zing pow.
And on that high note, I think we're going to go to break, and we're going to talk to your brother and your dad maybe, and your Aunt Candy.
Let's get him up
If
here.
we can get them up here?
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
All right, Jeremiah, take us out.
The WTF BFD podcast live.
And we are back live on the WTF BFD podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Grandy, and with me now is Ben Graham, fifth generation owner of Graham's Greenhouse and Landscaping. You left Bradford to get your degree in landscaping. What is the actual degree?
Landscape contracting.
And where did you go to get that?
I went to Penn State.
What do you do? How do you get a degree in landscaping? What's the process?
Well, you go to school and first you learn all the boring stuff like the business end of it and accounting and things like that. And then when you get further along in your degree, you actually learn about plants and we actually had classes where we'd go around and have to take tests on like trees and stuff like that. So that was the fun part.
And then did you have a little brother always on your coattails hanging over you? How many glasses of wine is that, Fred?
Number one.
And why didn't you bring us some?
Leave that.
Yeah.
So what did you do after you graduated?
So I guess I did a couple internships while I was actually in school, and I worked at one company called it was in Woodbine, Maryland, and the company was Chapel Ridge or Chapel Valley. And at the time it was the fifth largest company in the United States, the fifth largest landscape company. So we did stuff in Baltimore and DC, and it was really neat. We got to do a lot of really big commercial jobs and also big residential jobs. And then after college I graduated and then I went to Brickman, which was like one of the top 3 largest companies in the United States at the time, landscape companies. And I worked at a branch in Columbus, Ohio, which there was 4 branches in Columbus, and I actually worked on the southern branch of Columbus.
You know, you're going to all these different places, you're getting out of Bradford. What makes you come back to Bradford?
Well, I wanted to be my own boss, and I wanted to move back home. I saw the world, and I was ready to just come back to Bradford.
So coming back here, what do you bring to Bradford that you know you may not get anywhere else? Because I've seen some of the pictures, and that's world-class landscaping that no one else is doing in this area.
Yeah. Well, like I said, just working in those bigger cities and stuff, you just see things that you know Bradford doesn't see. So I got to see that and come back. And
what kind of features do you like? I mean, are you implementing that these days that haven't been around?
I guess some of the stonework and stuff like that, like you know things that I've seen out of other places. Like you know, we worked on some huge houses, residential houses. It just says, you know, everything from a putting green to their kids has their own city block of playhouse there. You know.
Wow.
So yeah.
So you've seen it all. You've done it all.
Yeah.
So you can handle just about anything.
Yes.
So yeah, give Graham's Greenhouse and Landscaping a call for sure. They can handle whatever you got. I got to ask you, where did you meet your wife?
Actually, I met her at Peebles.
Of all places.
Yeah. She was working there, and I was just in town, and I stopped in to get something, and I met her, and the rest is history.
That's it. That quick.
Yeah.
What was your line? Come on. Everybody wants to know. There's single guys out there.
You know,
Not going to give it up?
I don't even remember.
It was that good, huh?
Yeah.
Where's the pants at?
Where's the hot pants? And you have 2 kids?
Yes, 2 kids, Alex and Allie, boy and a girl.
And are they helping?
Yes, actually, they both do very well.
Allie.
Oh, here comes Allie.
Yeah, Alex has definitely got some stuff. He's actually in the garden right now. I can see him over there working in the garden right now.
Allie, come here on this side.
Can you say hi?
There you go. Say hi to everybody, right in the
Say hi
microphone.
Say hi.
Are you going to continue on the grand tradition of Graham's Greenhouse and
Are you
Landscaping?
going to work at Graham's Greenhouse? Say yes. Say yes right here. She nodded. She said me say yes.
Well, that's awesome, man. I'm glad to get to meet a 6th-generation owner. You're an owner. Well, not yet, but eventually.
Yeah.
Oh, here comes another one.
Oh, there goes Alex.
The other one.
Racing.
He's sprinting. I've never seen a kid running that fast. Now, Alex, I hear that you like to operate the dump truck.
Alex, do you like
Yeah.
the dump truck? Come up here.
There you go. Try one of these.
What were you just doing in the garden? What were you doing?
Looking if there's any squash and beans and all that.
All right.
That's a good, strong broadcast voice right there.
There's a couple double squash right. The chickens didn't get him yet.
All right.
The chickens in to get them. They're fine. All right. Good update from Alex. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by here, and thanks for having us.
Thank you.
I gotta go pick them before the chickens.
And Fred, I know you were dying to know, it was Benjamin Harrison. He was the president when it was founded. All right. We're going to take another break, and we'll be back with Candy Tingley, owner of Graham's Florist.
The WTF BFD podcast live.
We are back here at Graham's Greenhouse and Landscaping 125th anniversary celebration. Here now with me is Candy Tingley, 4th generation owner of Graham's Greenhouse and Florist. When did you start working at the Florist, Candy?
Okay, when I was really young, my dad used to take my older sister and I down to the greenhouse every Sunday, and we had to disbud the carnations and disbud the mums. And then after we got done spending a couple of hours, he'd give us some change, and we'd run up to Tingley service station and get a pop and a candy bar. And little did I know that umpteen years later, I would marry one of those Tingley service station cousins.
I was just going to ask you, that's a familiar name.
Well, Greg always said that when he would work with his dad, after they got done with work, they would go down to the filling station and get pop and ice cream cone or candy bar. And he said, I bet you we met way before we got married.
Wow, that's amazing. That's really cool. So another question is, how much has the florist industry changed since you started getting rid of those bugs?
Not much.
Not too much.
Nope. Pretty much everything we used to years ago get the carnations and football mums and pom-poms were all grown here at the greenhouse.
Oh.
And when the business split, they quit. They went to landscaping, and I had to buy all that stuff, and it came from like California,
Oh, wow.
Canada, South America, all over the world.
Holy cow. Well, good stuff nonetheless.
Yes.
Yes. So, the mural, we got to talk about the mural. That's how long has that been there?
Well, I don't know when it was done.
Mm-hmm.
I have twice had it repainted, and
Twice you've had it repainted.
painted, yes, to restore it. And then it was when, if you notice, the phone number is 4 numbers.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
But do you remember skating at the Graham's?
Yes,
ice
I
skating pond?
do. I remember my dad used to take us girls down there, and we would skate, and they had a couple of barrels had a fire going. We'd have some marshmallows and hot chocolate, and
It sounds like an awesome
and there were
community
always dozens
time.
of people
Yeah.
down there ice skating.
Wow, that is amazing. And when did the ponds? When did the ice skating stop? Was it before the move out to
When
East
they,
Main?
I'm assuming when they demolished
Yeah.
the Seward Avenue greenhouse.
That's too bad. That was really cool. It was
Yes.
sounds like a really fun thing to do. Well, awesome. Thank you for coming and
Thank you
talking to
very
us a
much.
little bit. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. All right, we'll be right back after this break.
WTF BFD podcast. Here with me now is Bill Graham, fourth generation owner of Graham's Greenhouse and Landscaping. And Bill's currently directing some workers in front of us arranging flowers. You never stop working, do you, Bill?
No. I started when I was in grade school, I think, potting up plants. Back then, they didn't have any plastic, so there were no plastic pots. There were no plastic trays. There were no packs. Everything was in clay pots. So everything had to be put individually in a clay pot.
And I imagine there were a number of broken pots.
There were a number of broken pots, yeah, because they were heavy. You had to carry them everywhere on your shoulder. So it's nice that now we have plastic packs and trays and everything like that instead of everything in a clay pot.
Yeah, it makes it much easier, less inventory loss. But I'm just smiling this whole time because I'm watching you, and I'm watching you make sure this display that these guys are putting on in front of us is okay.
Yeah.
The whole time you're watching this arrangement.
I guess I can't help it. Yeah.
Keeping an eye on things there.
So when did you start? You said fourth grade?
Probably something like that. Yeah, just like the little grandchildren here, they like to pick up a shovel and go to work right now. So it seems to be in their blood.
Yeah. So Bill, I've been talking about how you guys have been so involved in the community and stuff, and you held office here in Foster Brook. What started all that? Why has your family always been?
I don't know. That was crazy. Harry Jane Hannon was just left here a little while ago, and she just the position became available, and she said that I should run for that, and I wasn't even thinking, okay. And then all of a sudden I am a tax collector, and I did that for 8 years, and it was a great job, and I really enjoyed it. But running this place and being a tax collector at the same time, that didn't give me any time off at all. So
yeah, I was
glad I did it for 8 years, and then
8 years, wow.
Yeah, and then now I'm taking it easy.
Yeah, that's the question, Fred. Is he really taking it easy?
No, not enough. Not enough.
Really?
We are trying to kind of scoot him out the door a little, tell him to go, take a little more time, hunt a little more, fish a little more.
I got to imagine after 45 years, whatever, however long it's been, that it's hard to give it up like that.
Yeah, I enjoy working, so that's good.
Good, yeah. Well, if it's fun, then it's worth it. It's not a job.
Yeah, we'll keep him around.
Yeah. So we want to give away all these flowers right here.
Oh, we got a bunch of flowers. Jeremiah, is there a possibility to get a shot of those flowers?
We're going to start doing that, just so everybody knows.
Yes.
But, Fred, is there anything you wanted to close out with? I mean, how long are you going to have the party going till?
We are going till 7.
Till 7?
Yeah, we got another 45 minutes or so, and I mean, if there's still people here, we'll hang out as long as the rain doesn't shut us down. And we got to do our door prizes. So we're gonna start giving away some things, and then the big $500 landscape giveaway is the big one we got to give away here.
That's huge. So you got to come down here. You got 45 minutes, maybe even longer. If you're at home watching this, come down. We got beer, we got wine.
Yep, beer, wine, lots of food, lots of good company. Lots of pretty flowers to look at. Come check out our renovation. Things are happening down here, and come help us celebrate.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for having me out here and letting me talk to you. And good luck. Here's to another 125 years, huh?
That's right. Another 125. We'll get Alex and Allie and Griffin going, and we'll keep it going.
You'll be about 152 then?
Yeah.
Something like that. Somewhere in there.
Like that, yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, everybody, for watching this, and we'll see you next time on the WTF BFD podcast.